Welcome everyone to the second video of my EU4 Common Sense Let's Play playing as the Livonian Order. So the first video I think went pretty well, to be honest. Poland hasn't actually managed to get a personal union over Lithuania yet, which I probably don't want them to, although there are reasons why it could be good. Sweden has kicked off their war for independence, which I've actually supported, although I'm not going to send military forces to help them out. Their alliance, although it looks very strong here, isn't really as strong as it could be. Normally England would often help out in that, and they haven't. Lithuania and Teutonic Order might not actually help them out, and I'm definitely not going to help them out. So it looks as if Denmark are actually doing pretty well against them currently. So they may not become independent, which could be good, could be bad. It really depends. There are good sides and downsides for that as well. I've been making claims. I've got a claim now on Novgorod and also Teutonic Order. I can't start a war against Teutonic Order because we're in the same war, so I'm going to have to wait on that. I do not have enough relations with Poland to actually offer them an alliance though, so I'm going to offer that now. Okay. So that means I've got all 4 relationship slots. I have very strong alliances, so that's great actually. I now probably need to improve relations with various people still, so let's check my claims. Yeah, so that's all I really need. Claims aren't as good as they used to be. They only take 10% off the coring costs. Coring costs have gone through the roof now. They're much more expensive than they used to be. So yeah, that's going to be, well, admin points that are incredibly valuable at the moment. Right, so I'm already improving relations with Poland. Let's improve relations with Lithuania. Who are they rivaling anyway? Bohemia, Denmark, Teutonic, Denmark, Muscovy. Yeah, all pretty standard stuff. I may want to ally Pomerania at some stage, but now that I'm allied to Poland as well, I don't need to so much. If Lithuania no longer were independent, I would probably ally to Pomerania as well. Probably need to improve relations with the likes of Hungary as well. You need to build up a strong block of allies with Livonian Order. Otherwise you just don't stand a chance. At some point you're going to run out of room to expand, and you're going to have to take on one of the big players basically. Okay. Right, it doesn't look like much is happening here, so I'm going to speed up. I'm not sure if I mentioned in the first video, but I'm probably going to change the way I record in this Let's Play. I'm going to record for like 3 hours and then maybe cut it up into half-an-hour blocks and not have an intro at the start of every video like I have done in previous EU4 Let's Plays. I'm going to try doing that out, see if it works or not. Right, nothing much going on there. I got a feeling as if I should be doing something different. I know what I should be doing. If I embargo people, yeah, I have actually. Okay, so maybe not that then. I don't want to start this war against Novgorod until Muscovy have finished up their war, so I'm waiting on that. I'll basically start it straight away then. I think I'm going to buy an infantry unit there. I'll probably buy a couple of mercs then. That war. It's really crucial that they get them to below 100%, or it's going to cause me big issues. Perhaps. Especially if Sweden went independent. Army arrived, Nawa. Right, it's up there. Yeah, in periods where I'm not doing anything like this, I'm probably going to cut them out of the video because it's pretty boring me just speeding along at speed 5 and nothing happening. Okay, petition for redress. Peasants typically had no voice, but they would occasionally gain access to the monarch and ask for redress. Sometimes these requests for redress would be directed at a local lord who was perceived to be violating a peasant's rights. Stepping in to override a noble's local authority was a very drastic step. So we can basically have a small peasant rebellion or prestige hit. Peasants are very easy to take down actually. Have I made... yeah, I've made him a general. Army tradition's going up because we have forts on, so I'm tempted to actually... That is capped though, isn't it? Nearly. I would have to stick maintenance on now. No, I'll just take the prestige hit. If I had maintenance on already, then I probably would have taken the peasants. Okay, end of war. So, what's this? They haven't actually gone below 100%. That's what I'm hoping wouldn't happen. So, that's an issue. Is Sweden going to go independent? I think they are actually. Seem to be winning that. What's Novgorod's forces like? Non-existent. So the time to declare war now is, well, time to declare war is basically now. Let's get that back. But I can't vassal him up. So what the hell am I gonna do? This sucks, this situation, to be honest. This isn't what I was hoping at all. So that's diplomats back. Let's make another claim on them. Now, if I get caught, it's aggressive expansion, but up in this part of the world, it's not going to cause many issues because there are not many countries up here. It's very unlikely. So, I'm probably going to take at least a couple of provinces, and then I might not corner them up. I might actually try and get into another war, vassal them up, and then give them back the provinces, because it's different religion. It would cause too many problems to hold on to them. Right, so let's... Right, 28th of July. Did I put maintenance on there? No, I didn't. Okay, so... Did Sweden just go independent? Have I added on all of these? Yes, I have, okay. Declare war. Riga would join. There's a new feature where you can only ask an AI to join you in on war every 10 years. So it's not always worth your while to do it, especially with the more powerful allies that you have. Riga isn't exactly all that powerful, but do I need them? I mean, Novgorod has 0 troops. Well, 2,000 actually. I don't think I'm going to ask them in. I can always ask them in later, actually. Do a call to arms. So for now, I'm not. Let's do Ingermanland. That claim will continue. Let's take that off. Declare war. Okay. Right, morale is crap, but it's not going to be an issue, really. Probably should be improving relations with Muscovy. Wow. Sweden just got a peasant rebellion. Yeah, let's do that then. Okay. We get to see how this fort system works now as well. Okay, so we won that. And it's under siege. So you can see in previous versions of EU4 I could just move up to there. You can see it's not allowing me to. Land movement blocked by hostile fort. So there's actually got a couple of forts here. So until I've actually taken these forts, I can't actually move into these territories unless, say for example, I've found another route round the forts, like getting access off Muscovy or Sweden if I had boat access. Land troops there, move into there. So it actually gives larger nations a chance to rebuild. If they, say, lose a battle, they can retreat in safety, build up an army behind a fort and then come back and attack you. There's a load of new tactical dimensions that is added to the game, and I quite like it actually. But I can't actually move to that fort either there, which is strange. You'd think I'd be able to move there, so it's kind of got the odds peculiarity with the system. I can move to that one, which is right next door, and I can't move to that one. Yeah, it's got the odd peculiarity to the system, but yeah, I like how it works in the main. Right, so we sieged up there. And you basically can't make peace with someone for any provinces until you've actually taken a fort. So it's very important that you, well, take forts. So I'm going to have to take this one before I can move there, it would seem, unless I get access of Muscovy. I will be able to take this province. Now, all other provinces that don't have forts, you can take very quickly. It only takes one siege taking. You can see that it's on 100%. So I can take that straight away, which denies them any wealth or ability to make anything from that province for a time being while I own it or in control of it. Okay, Muscovy is actually financially supporting this. Brilliant. I'm actually going to make another unit then. I was going to make a couple of mercs, but they don't have any troops, so don't really need to. Right, so we occupied that. Now, provinces that you've occupied actually are taken back by forts if you no longer have troops in a province, as long as the fort that is next to them isn't being sieged. In this situation, that won't be taken back automatically. Shouldn't be anyway. Right, they're actually moving there. Yeah, they can freely move around. Right, this fort is a level 2 fort, so I need 6,000 people here to actually start sieging it. I think I'm actually going to attack this army in a minute. There's also a new feature as well that's been added to the game relatively recently. You can see the movement lock. There's a padlock symbol there. So basically he can't change the direction he's moving in. He has to move there now. So I can take advantage of that. This is also another area of the game where I believe the AI is struggling at the moment. It doesn't always make good decisions, so maybe in future patches they'll be doing something about that. Poland has changed its form of governance. Can't actually change mine. So we've arrived there, attacked them. We do actually get a terrain modifier, but it's against one unit. That's not going to cause us too many losses. So let's move back. You can see there as well, I'm no longer sieging that fort now. There's that symbol which has appeared. But there is a siege break here, so wall break. You can have up to +3, and then you can attack these forts and have much more chance of success if you have +3 bonus. I'm not going to be attacking it though, I don't want to waste manpower. There's also a new looting mechanic which I should mention as well. So each and every province has a loot bar which you can see here. I believe the amount of loot within a province is based on its development, or I'm not entirely sure on that. So there's a total value of 3.38 there, and dependent on what units you're using, you loot a certain amount from that province every month when you're sieging it up. So I believe infantry and cavalry and artillery all have different values of how much they loot. I think cavalry units are 0.3 per month, infantry is 0.1, and artillery is 0.05. So you can see there the combined army that I have is currently looting 1.26. My army's taken a bit of losses, so it's not looting to its maximum amount. We should be at, what's that, 1.3 our maximum should be, but I've got a tiny bit less in cavalry. So I should probably move my units around to make sure I'm looting as much as possible once this has run out. Once it has run out, it starts to recover after 180 days. But it's also pretty important I actually finish sieging that province as well. So let's do that. Okay, right. Lithuania's coming around here to help out Sweden. So I think with Lithuania's help, Sweden's going to go independent. Now if I take territory here, that could cause an issue with Sweden and me, which is going to be a problem, potentially. Teutonic Order is also helping out. Teutonic Order losing troops up there would be pretty good for me. Right, so I should probably be keeping an eye on this province. Let's see what the loot is. Oh, it's actually already completely looted. Now, I don't need to keep this many people here. I need to keep a minimum of 6,000. But I've... Oh, actually, it's really bad attrition here as well. I completely forgot about winter, so I do not want to have a ton of troops here, really. Let's take out the cavalry since they loot the most. And 1 infantry. Let's move them back to there to loot that. So, when you hover over here as well, Paradox really needs to add the level of winter to that information there. It will help out a lot. So that is actually a normal winter, which is still actually the second worst winter you can have. Winter's at its height in February, game terms wise, and probably in real life as well, in northerly places. So we're starting to loot there now. So money is going to be, well, we're going to be earning money from that. Where spoils of war is covered under. Is there any missions? I haven't really checked this for a while. No, nothing decent. And they haven't built up a military yet, so they're probably out of manpower and out of money. The Foreign Noble. Along with a great mind for diplomacy, military advancement and administration, the heir to Landmeister Arnold Jagiellon also brought alliances and connections to foreign courts that might prove indispensable. Extra 50 diplomatic power, very nice. Okay. Speed up a bit. Venice annexed Naxos. Near Aegean Sea, isn't it? Okay. Sweden still hasn't gone independent, but it can't be too long now. Right, Navy is taken, good. I looted everything there, almost. Right, so I now have the ability to move further into the territory. But I've got another fort there which I need to siege up. Where is the... I thought they had 1,000 troops. If they disbanded the military. So this fort is actually a capital fort. Your capital forts are free, but they're not quite as good as normal forts. They don't have a zone of control on them, I believe. So, I think, not 100% sure on that actually. Let's check. Yeah, so you can see that I can move to that. So yeah, it doesn't have a zone of control. Let's move this guy up here. Okay. They've actually got peasant problems. Or I've got peasant problems. I'm going to have to deal with them more than likely. Okay. Not necessarily though. Which Karelia? What's that? Yeah, there's got peasant issues as well. I'm going to get access off Sweden in a minute probably. Yeah, this war's turned around now. Okay. Could move into there if I'm not careful. Right, let's get you back temporarily. Gonna have a word with you in a minute. Well, actually, let's have a look now. So the peace system has also been recently redone. You can now actually take capitals. So you didn't used to be able to do that before until you isolated them. I think it cost you a bit more on war score though. You can take any province actually now that an AI, another opponent has, but it costs you a bit more if you haven't occupied it. Now I need to get them to below 100%, isn't it? They are 112. The war goal I used probably lowered it by 6%, which sadly wasn't enough. But so I need to take over 12% worth of war score. Naval is 12%, Ingerman is 6%, so I probably will take that off their hands. Maybe Karelia as well, actually, to stop Sweden from taking it. And I'm probably going to give it back. Cause yeah, Sweden's going to be independent soon, aren't they? No, I can't. Right, I can't take that actually because there's peasants there. But I think that's the war. That's the result I'm going to do, and I'm going to try and get into war against them as quick as possible. You can now humiliate as well as take provinces, which is great, so I can actually increase my power projection. I can take all their money, war reps. Taking those... Well, this peace is going to last for at least 10 years, hopefully not more than that. It should actually tell you how long the peace lasts here, but it doesn't. Peace value of 94 would probably be 15 years, which means Novgorod, which means Muscovy may go after them in the time being, which is a big problem actually. I could do a really quick deal to try and get the peace last not very long. That may actually be a better idea. Take those 3. That's 26. That would last about 7 years, is it? When's this truce run out? 1461, so that's 12 years. Yeah. I may actually make peace now then. Take those 3. That peace would last less than Muscovy's truce. I can start the war immediately, vassal them up, give them the territory that I've already taken, and maybe humiliate them again, or humiliate them for a first time in the next war, but I probably won't have enough. That prevents Sweden from coming over here, although they could in theory vassal them up by taking that. Right, I'm going to do that peace deal then. I think, yeah, that's probably the best idea. So we get aggressive expansion, but not enough to cause any chance of anyone joining the coalition. I could try and ally well, they don't want that, so if they'd have allied it would have caused less aggressive expansion now. If I add money on, then it's going to make the peace deal last even longer. So yeah, that's the deal I'm going to do. Send a man. Okay. So this truce lasts until 1457, which gives me a 4-year window to vassal them up. Okay, so I think that's great. Now, I've got a new fort there in Neva. It does give me army tradition if I turn it on. I could turn off some of them to save some money potentially though. Let's turn off I should say, that one. So I don't want it to go below 1 still. Will it show up? Well, it's not showing up there yet. Let's keep them off. Let's move my army to there. My diplomat's back. This war's still ongoing. Wow, Muscovy would give me an alliance. Do I want that? I don't think I do, because I'm going to end up at war with Muscovy eventually. I've got to take out one of these big powers, and I think Muscovy is the most likely to happen. And I can also get Novgorod's territory back. So Sweden's going to be friendly to me for ages, and Poland eventually will get annoyed with me. But if I own all of Russia by the time Poland gets annoyed with me, then I might be able to deal with them. They don't have personal union of Lithuania though, do they? I've forgotten about that. Wow, this is a strange situation to be honest. I think I'm going to go after Muscovy. I mean, I could ally to Muscovy and then attack Lithuania, but they're still allied. Well, they're actually allied to Sweden and Poland, so there's not much chance of me doing that successfully. So I think Muscovy is the one I should go after. Okay. Right, so let's improve our relations then. Let's cap it out with Poland, cap it out with Lithuania. Is there any claims I need to make? I don't think so. Okay. Right, develop a tour. this stage in the game, I really don't know how things are going to go still. Let's check this out as well, make sure. Right, that's 77%. I don't know when... Right, they've declared one a Teutonic Order, which I was hoping wouldn't really happen. I can't declare war on a Teutonic Order until this war's over, and I don't want to peace out either, because it would offend Sweden. Let's get that guy back. I'm probably going to make a claim on a Teutonic Order. Sweden just dishonored, but that still stands. Okay, let's have a claim here, Königsberg. Now, if I were to take territory off Teutonic Order, Poland would hate me at some point. It's definite. They usually get a mission to conquer Western Prussia, which is like 4 territories over here. They got a mission to conquer Danzig. I think they got a mission to completely subjugate the whole of the Teutonic Order. So taking any territory here is going to annoy them. But if I've allied to Sweden and Lithuania, then I should be okay in theory. Who else are they allied to? Just us two, which is great. If they allied to the likes of Hungary, which they often do, then that could cause issues. I think things are going well so far, but not perfect. Okay, I mean, we're getting points on the board already, and we're at Livonian Order, so that's pretty good. Right, so 30. That's my... Right, force limit's gone up 1. Yeah, I'm not coring those, going to give them to my vassalized Novgorod once I've got them. There's an issue where if you do vassalize Novgorod and get all of their territory back, then they actually become more powerful than yourself. So they could want to break free of their vassalage.